So for most people, I get a question of what should I plan to budget for a turf project? Most of the time I would say, on the minimum, I would plan on spending about $5,000 on a turf project. That's just being realistic with borders. Again, the turf choice that you're going to go with, you're going to want to have a nice product. You're not going to want to go with something that's cheap and going to be falling apart in a few years, because then you're going to be right back in the same place you started with, having to spend all this money again. A quality turf product like you see behind us here, this is going to last you 18 to 20 years. Has a 16-year warranty on the product. So, if you spend the money up front, you really do get the savings on the back end, and it also saves you from those headaches of having to continue to replace it and deal with issues down the road. And you get to a bigger scale project, I tell most people, if you're over probably 700 square feet in your backyard of square footage, which again is probably, think of about 7 Suburbans to put that scale and size for those who struggle to know exactly their square footage is, you're probably wanting to budget closer to $10,000. And I don't say that you're going to 100% be at $10,000, but it's a good place to kind of plan and budget for a project, because there's often times as we get into the design work, there's going to be some things you want to add to really give it that completed look. And a lot of what comes into the cost of turf is, a lot of it is ground prep. What's currently there today? Are we having to remove grass? Are we having to remove any stone materials? Do any grading? Because we do everything professionally. So the goal is always to give you the finest finished look. I get into the importance of, there's a lot of different turf options out there. This is going to be dictated by the ounce weight, the warranties, and also what material you have there today. There's a huge range of turf options out there that can go anywhere from $1 to over $4 a square foot just for the material. And I tell clients a lot of times you have to take into account all the base materials, the nails, you've got infill cost. So it isn't simply that you just show up and roll out turf and a project is done. When you're doing this professionally, there is a lot that goes into it and to giving you that satisfactory product at the end. I'm Ben Hudson with Crown and Blade Turf. To continue to get educational pieces and learn more about the turf process, give us a follow.